When you hear the word wealth, what do you imagine? A mansion? Fast cars? A big bank account? Let me tell you a secret, true wealth isn't things. It's time. Peace. Freedom. There are people with millions, but no time to enjoy them. No sleep. No joy. Always chasing. And there are people with little, but they laugh more, sleep better, and live lighter. You were taught that being rich means having more. But maybe real wealth is needing less. You were told success is what others can see. But real success is what you feel when no one's watching. So ask yourself, are you rich? Or just busy? Comment your thoughts. Here's a story that illustrates the difference between being rich and being truly wealthy. Once upon a time in a village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, there lived a young woman named Alara. Alara wasn't merely pretty, she was breathtaking. Her laughter echoed like wind chimes, her eyes twinkled like stars, and her heart was as warm as the summer sun. Every day was an adventure for Alara. She frolicked with the goats on the hillside, swam in the crystal-clear lake, and explored the whispering woods with her closest friend, a wise old owl named Celeste. Their laughter carried on the breeze, blending with the songs of birds and the babbling of the brook. One day, a prince from a distant kingdom came across their village. He was used to people fawning over him, bowing and scraping to catch his attention. But when he saw Alara, he was captivated. He had never seen anyone as radiant, as vibrant as she was. The prince, smitten by her beauty and charm, decided to make her an offer. He promised her a life of luxury and comfort, a tower with a view of the entire kingdom, jewels that glittered like the stars, and dresses finer than the finest linen. In his eyes, Alara would be the jewel in his crown, the ornament to his already opulent life. Overwhelmed by the offer, Alara was torn. Could she really give up her simple life of joy and freedom for a gilded cage of luxury and servitude? She looked at her humble abode, the hillside where she played, and the lake where she swam, her heart aching at the thought of leaving them behind. Yet the prince persisted, day after day, his persistence wearing down her resistance. Finally, she agreed. Alara moved into the palace, and as the prince had promised, she was treated like a queen. She resided in a tower with a panoramic view. Fine clothes adorned her body, and servants catered to her every whim. But as days turned into weeks, a longing for her old life crept into her heart. The vibrant colors of the palace walls seemed to dim, and the once sumptuous food turned bland. The grand parties became a torture, the laughter echoing hollowly in her ears. The prince, too, was different. His visits became sporadic, his demeanor cold. The love that had shone in his eyes was replaced by a distant indifference. Alara realized that in her pursuit of a seemingly better life, she had traded her joy, her laughter, and most importantly, her freedom. All she had to show for it was a life of luxury and solitude. The irony was not lost on her. She had traded her real wealth for an illusion, a shiny, shimmering lie. Back in the village, Celeste the owl watched the transformation of Alara with a heavy heart. She missed her friends' infectious laughter, the way their friendship had blossomed under the sun and moon. Now, all she heard was the echo of distant sobs carried on the wind. One day, Celeste decided she couldn't bear it anymore. She flew down to the village, her wings beating a steady rhythm against the wind. She perched on the windowsill of Alara's old house and hooted softly. At first, it was just a plaintive cry, but as Alara didn't respond, it grew louder, sharper, filled with urgency. When Alara heard the call, she rushed to the window. And there perched on the sill was Celeste, her eyes filled with concern. In that moment, Alara knew she couldn't keep living this life any longer. She had to go back, not just for her own sake, but for the sake of her friendship with Celeste. That night, Alara slipped out of the palace, leaving behind the life of luxury she had once craved. She walked back to the village, her steps lighter than air, her heart soaring with each step. As she approached her old home, the sounds of crickets and the sweet scent of night jasmine filled her senses. It was just as she had left it, untouched and waiting. And there in the garden, sitting on a stone bench, was Celeste. She turned to look at Alara, her eyes shining with understanding and friendship. Alara had returned, not as a princess, but as herself. And that, in the truest sense, was her real wealth. We hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful stories and thoughts. And if you're looking for more ways to enrich your mind and soul, we invite you to explore our printable designs at Etsy.com. Our designs are more than just art prints. They're like mini philosophies, reminders to help you navigate the complexities of life with grace and mindfulness.